Hello everybody, this is Make It Better, and today we're doing What If Deku Had Nightmares Part 23. And this is a morning what if. Before I start, I want to say that, the last 2 days, I was trying to decide on which one I should do next. Either Mutant or this one. Mostly because, I was so far ahead. And I didn't think of somehow the 2 hours long made me mute for some reason. Like really, I just couldn't speak normally to anybody. It was really weird. But anyway, I finally got my voice back and finally, thought over on the plot and the story. So with all that said, let's get started. Last time I left off, I believe, Zuko and Melissa left them to do whatever they were doing. David, the Shield, and All Might. Well, David is more excited to, go through this very vital, even though it's very dangerous to handle with. And All Might is curious on how David take care of Zuko's nightmare fuel. So they go over and test it out. Now moving over to Melissa. Melissa is basically being very friendly. Let's go at that. Since she saw him being all emotional, decided to be very happy and joyful to, counteract that. So, I just need to do it 3 times before I can stop it. But anyway, man, I'm so focused on this. Where was I? Oh yeah, there's Zuko and Melissa is being shown. Melissa's showing Zuko that he's being shown around about all these techno support items, left and right, how they're so useful, and she's explaining how they work. And Zuko's listening to all of this. He's interested, and it's somewhat fun. But as this was going on, he felt a tap on his shoulder. And it felt weird, so he kind of ignored it because he thought it was a bug. And then he heard, "You seem like you're having fun, Zuko." He turned around. And it was Momo. Zuko said, "Oh, hey Momo. That was a little weird, but hey." And then he heard another one. "You seem like you're having fun, Zuko." And he looks over and he sees Jiro. I say, "Oh, hi. It's been a while." And then he hears, "You seem like you're having fun, Zuko." He looks over and sees Uraraka and said, "Oh, shit." Well, Melissa, she was looking at, seeing the scene that was going on, and said hi to all of them, and saying, "Oh, hi. Are you like friends to Zuko?" They say yes, but Uraraka said, "Actually, and Zuko said, "Yeah. They're my classmates, and Uraraka, she's actually my girlfriend." She feels a little happier after that. She's still mad, but she's okay. She's gonna see what's going on, and maybe, this is all Uraraka's point of view, to point it out there. But Zuko explained that, yeah, me and Uraka have been dating for quite a while, about 2 or 3 months. And Melissa said, oh, so you're the girlfriend he was talking about. As Uraka said, huh? What? She explains that he talked about her and how useful her quirk would be if she had this or this equipment, but since they're on island, no one is allowed to use it. Which Baraka gets a little embarrassed that someone else knows about her quirk, and it was all because of Zuko's explaining it. But anyway, Zuko, well, getting pushed back by Momo and Jiro over to Uraka, and Uraka grabbed onto his arm, being very clingy for the first time, because she felt a threat from, well, Melissa. Melissa doesn't mind it and asked them if they want to go get some drinks. They said yes and went over to a tea shop. As they're going over there, they're explaining the experience of UA Class 1A in school. It's all the boring stuff, basically. Moving on, he's sitting there as he's watching all of the four of them interact with each other. At first, it was some tension, but Uraka finally calmed down to his knowledge. But moving on, he got a drink. He was about to say thank you, but he looks up and says, "Sir, I and it's Kaminari." He said, "Hey, dude, why are you here? I mean, it's good to see you, but how did you get here?" And Kaminari explained that he got a job here for the 3 days. Zuko said, "Oh, well, I mean, that's cool and all, but why?" Kaminari said, "Well," he looks over to the girls and said, Kaminari said, "Oh, well, good luck, I guess." And Kaminari said, "Thanks. So, who are your girlfriends?" Zuko said, "Dude, you know I'm only dating one." Kaminari said, "Well, it seems like you're dating all four." Uraka gets a little pissed, but a little jealous, and a little bit happy at the same time. Everybody else extremely deny it all. And Melissa says, "Well," which, of course, made Uraka get a little more jealous. Zuko gets just a little bit embarrassed. And that gave Kaminari enough to say, "Oh, you sly dog." But anyway, Manila came by, and very jealous on the site. Basically, Zuko is hanging out with 4 beautiful women. As he says that, the 4 girls blush, of course. But he says something very inappropriate, which prompted, well, Kaminari to smack him and tell him, "Go back to work. Your table's over there." Which Manila said, yeah. Ida came by, ran over, telling Kaminari to work faster, harder, and stronger, and then he leaves out of nowhere. And both of 2 girls basically say, "Yeah, that's Ida. Same old, never change." But Zuko said, "Okay, where else should we go? Since you're the tour guy, the tour girl, what else is fun?" As she's thinking about all the other stuff, basically the boring one, she overheard some explosions, and some of the guys, overheard it too. And it turns out, as they were going over to the area, It's a somewhat simulator on who can do the fastest of destroying the robots. That is almost as telling them in detail. And the highest or the fastest they one ever done was a minute and a half, I believe. I'm not sure if they changed it or not. Which Zuko's interested because that seems like a very long time. Now moving on, they get over the rails and they see Bakugo. Well, first Todoroki throwing a bunch of ice and some fire towards the ones that's like very close to me, and it went down to 20 seconds. I was going to say 20 minutes. That would be so messed up. But anyway, ooh, that was close. But anyway, where was I? Okay, good. They looked over and, well, cheered, and Todoroki didn't care. Todoroki just went back to his, well, stage area, and Bakugo came out. As Bakugo was getting ready, doing in a stance that would scare most people, the person, she said go. Bakugo flew over, exploded each one of them almost in a second, but really, it only took 10 seconds. It was really fast. And Melissa's impressed by all of them, all of these heroes and how strong they are. But she overheard the girl saying, "Hey, Bakugo, Todoroki, look!" And Melissa looks over and sees them reacting to this, now knowing their names, kind of confused. And Zuko saw confusion in Melissa's eyes and her, well, reaction. Zuko explained that those two is also part of 1A. They're actually one of the stronger ones. And then Araki said, "Oh, alright, they're the top two strongest." And Melissa said, "Oh, so who's the number one strongest?" And Araki pointed over to Zuko, and she asked the other girls. They all point at Zuko for the number one strongest, which she doesn't believe that Zuko will be this strong since he's such a kind person. But when Zuko went over and said hi to Todoroki and Bakugo, he got pushed over. He first felt somewhat of a hug. He looked back and said, "Oh, Araki, are you okay? Are you feeling sick?" And then she gives a very evilish grin and pushes Zuko over the rail. Zuko is stunned by all of this, somewhat giving a flashback from old days. But when he finally hits the ground, Araki basically said, "Your turn." Zuko said, "Hey, but I didn't want to do this." And Araki said, "No, you are doing this." Zuko looks over to the test and said, "But I don't wanna." Araki said, "I said you're doing this, okay?" And well, Zuko kind of like the bossiness part because it doesn't really happen often, so he allows it. I'm getting real close to 15. He took a stance. Okay, I have time. He took a stance and he's getting ready. Right when the director said 3, 2, Zuko charged up one for all throughout his whole body. And then his black armor started to show, seeping through his skin and coming out. Melissa's shocked by this. And she said, "Wait, isn't that the black ooze and the what was it? And some girl said nightmare fuel. It makes more sense. And they said, she said, yeah, that. Wait, so what? And then when the timer said 1, go, he flew off, hitting each robot by seconds. And when he finally finished at the spot, the timer went up and said 5.8, 5.45. New record. Everybody cheering and celebrating that was the fastest it have ever been. And Zuko kind of didn't expect that, so he thought he wanted to go again and again and again. But the girls, the coach, tell him there's more people in line that they would like to go. You must wait your turn. Which Zuko said, okay, that's fine, I guess. As he jumps over and giving Oraka a huge hug, just to embarrass her, because she embarrassed him in a way that he didn't like and wanted to. She gets a little embarrassed seeing everybody in the crowd whistling and saying kiss her, which Zuko is not gonna do, mostly because he just want to rise the tension a little bit more. After all that, after seeing the whole display of affection and some other stuff, they're finally moving on somewhere else. They're discussing, what's going to happen later the night. And it's actually a party. Zuko was already invited, and Momo as well. But she just invited everybody to go at the same time. And this moment, they're over at the tea shop. Kaminari overheard, and Ila overheard. Bakugo as well as Todoroki agrees on the time. But of course, it's not going to happen. And that's where I'm going to end it, mostly because I'm at work. Alright then, bye.